Good morning friends. Today's my video lesson is on solution part 6 and its subtopic is abnormal molar mass. So friends, the colligative property is used to determine the molar mass of solute also. It's an application of colligative property. Application of colligative property. One of the application is there to determine the molar mass of solute. We can use colligative property to find the molar mass. As you are seeing here, relative lowering of vapor pressure. So by using this equation we can calculate the molar mass. In elevation of boiling point, by using this equation we can calculate the molar mass. By using the equation of depression of freezing point we can calculate the molar mass of solute, and by using the equation of osmotic pressure we can calculate or determine the molar mass of solute. So this is important application of colligative property. Now if we calculate the molar mass of solute, some abnormality is observed. That means you will get the molar mass, it's a quite abnormal, but not all. It happens in case of the molecules that either associates or dissociates. Friends, colligative property depends on number of particle, not the nature of particle. So in case of association or dissociation, suppose two molecules are there and it combines or it dissociates to form one molecule. So colligative property depends on this molecule. And in case of dissociation, suppose one molecule is there and after dissociation it dissociates into two ions, then colligative property depends on these two particles. So definitely there is abnormal in calculating molar mass by using colligative property. As for example, if we calculate the molar mass of NaCl by using colligative property, one of the colligative property, it's comes a half of normal value, like 29.25 approx, right? It is quite abnormal. If you calculate the molar mass of acetic acid, then its molar mass comes by using colligative property approximately 120 approx. So why it happens? Actually NaCl dissociate into two ions, Na plus and Cl minus. So here colligative property depends on the number of particles, two particles. In case of CH3COH, it forms dimer. CH3COH, two molecules join together to form dimer by forming hydrogen bond, right? So it depends on this dimer. In colligative property it assume only one molecule. So friends, to resolve this problem, Van't Hoff introduce a factor that is called I. I is Van't Hoff factor. and by using this factor we can calculate the molar mass accurately. So friends, we see Van't Hoff factor. What is Van't Hoff factor? Van't Hoff factor is defined as it is the ratio of total number of particles after association or dissociation to total number of moles of particle before association or dissociation. So I equal to, you can write in this way. Another definition is also there. I is equal to, that means Van't Hoff factor is normal molar mass upon abnormal molar mass. Abnormal molar mass calculated by colligative property, and normal, that is accurate value. And third definition is I is observed colligative property and calculative colligative property by means of colligative properties equations, right? Now friends, we see how can we calculate the value of I. Or one thing is there, if molecules goes on association or dissociation, so definitely Van't Hoff factor should be introduced in colligative property equation, and the equation becomes like that. After using Van't Hoff factor, the equation of colligative property needs to multiply by Van't Hoff factor I, or in case of association and dissociation, while solving problem, if association or dissociation is given in numerical problem, then definitely you have to introduce Van't Hoff factor, and the colligative property equations becomes, as for example, relative lowering of vapor pressure. This is P naught A minus Ps, it's a vapor pressure of solution, upon P naught A is equal to IXB, mole fraction of solute. Elevation of boiling point delta TV is equal to I kVm, and delta TF equal to I kfm, and pi is equal to I CRT. So definitely friends, you use this equation if in question it is given association or dissociation. It may be given complete dissociation, complete association, or partial association, dissociation. So I am explaining that. Suppose in case of complete association or dissociation, as for example you take the example of NaCl. NaCl dissociates completely in aqueous solution, Na plus and Cl minus. So what should be the value of I in this case? Here complete dissociation is there. I is equal to number of molecules or ions after dissociation. This is 1 and 1, 2, and before dissociation this is 1. So 2 by 1, this is equal to 2. Okay. Suppose H2SO4 is there. So in case of complete dissociation, 2H plus SO4 2 minus, it's the value of I equal to 2 ions and 1 ions, 3 ions. After dissociation 3 and before 1, so 3 by 1. Okay. In case of H3PO4, this is 3H plus PO4 3 minus. It's a complete dissociation. The value of I is equal to 314, 4 upon 1, this is equal to 4. So it is very easier in case of complete dissociation as well as in case of complete association. Suppose in case of association, CH3COOH twice, 2 molecules combine together to form dimer of acetic acid. So after association it becomes 1, and before association it is twice. So value of I equal to 1 by 2, right? suppose 3 molecules of A forms trimer, right? So in this case the value of I is equal to, this is 1, and before association this is 3. So friends, you know, in case of complete, you always remember complete, I am telling complete dissociation, the value of I is greater than 1. And in case of complete association, the value of I is less than 1. You remember it, always remember it. Okay, now we are discussing about the example of NaCl. When molar mass is calculated by means of colligative property, the abnormal molar mass of NaCl comes approximate 29.25. So what is the value of I? What is the value of I in case of NaCl? This is 2. I is equal to 2. So definitely this value is multiplied by 2. 29.25 multiplied by 2 and it becomes 58.5. So this is accurate value. Or second example I have put, acetic acid CH3COH, its abnormal molar mass, it comes approximately 120 gram per mole. But what is the value of I in case of acetic acid if it associates? So definitely I is equal to 1 by 2. So this value is divided by 2, then you will get the correct value of molar mass of acetic acid. So friends, you know, in case of complete association or dissociation, it is very easier to find the value of I. Now come on. In case of partial association or dissociation, partial association or dissociation, So now we see, first we see dissociation, partial dissociation. So partial dissociation, it's a case of degree of dissociation because fraction of molecules get dissociated. As for example, you take an example, A dissociated into B and C, right? So at T equal to 0, this is 1 mole and this is 0 and 0. If X molecules dissociated, it's a partial dissociation, not complete dissociation. So definitely B is equal to X and C is also X. Now these are the particles after dissociation, and before dissociation this is 1. So what is the value of I? Number of particles, ions or molecules after dissociation. This one also remains in solution. So 1 minus X plus X plus X upon 1. So I is equal to 1 plus X, right? According to this equation, if equation changes, then the value of I may change, right? If in question it is written 60% dissociation. So friends, you put the value of X, degree of dissociation, this is equal to 60%, and then you calculate the value of I. I is equal to 1 plus 60%. 60% means 60 by 100, or this is equal to 1 plus 0.6, or it's 1.6. This value is greater than 1. because it is the case of dissociation. Now we see if equation is different, as for example A changes into 2B plus C, it may be possible. So you do in same way, one molecule is there, then this is 0 and 0, right? Now if X molecules dissociate partially and it becomes 2X and this is X. So these are the molecules after dissociation, and before dissociation this is 1. So the value of I equal to 1 minus X plus 2X plus X upon 1, and it's cancel. I is equal to 2 plus 2X, 1 plus 2X. If in question it is written 40% dissociation, then what is the value of I? I is equal to 1 plus 2 into 40%, or this is 1 plus 2 into 40% means 0.4, or this is 1 plus 2 into 0.8, 0.8, or this is 1.8, the value of I, and it is greater than 1 because case is dissociation. Okay friends, so you can calculate the value of I very easily in this way. Now come on, in case of partial association. So in case of association, suppose A2 is there, 2A changes into A2, means dimer formation is there. Now one molecule is there, then this is 0. Suppose here 2 molecules changes into 1 molecule. 2 molecule changes into 1 molecule. So 1 molecule changes into half. So if we write here X, then definitely it becomes X by 2. Okay, X by 2. Now what is the value of I? I is equal to, after association these are the molecules, and before association this is the molecule. 1 minus X plus X by 2 upon 1. So I is equal to 1 minus X plus X by 2, so minus X by 2. So this is the value for I, right? 1 minus X by 2. If in question it is written 80% association, right? 80% association. So what should be the value of I? So I is equal to 1 minus, you put the value of X, 80%. So 80% by 2. This is I is equal to 1 minus, it's a 40%. 40 means 0.4, or this is equal to 0.6. The value of I is 0.6. It's a less than 1 because it is the case of association. So well friend, you can calculate the value of I, and it's very easy to solve a problem, Now next, one more thing is there. Van 't Hoff factor I is also defined as normal molar mass upon abnormal molar mass. So friends, in case of NaCl, the value of I equal to 2, right? And by this equation, I is equal to normal molar mass. Normal is 58.5 upon abnormal. Abnormal it comes 29.25. So if abnormal molar mass and normal molar mass is given, then you can calculate the value of I. This is equal to 2. I equal to 2. So you remember it also. Now, well friends, you can use this formula also if problem related to Van't-Hoff factor. Alpha is equal to I minus 1 upon n minus 1 in case of dissociation, where I is Van't-Hoff factor, n is number of ions produced, and alpha is degree of dissociation, right? Here number of ions, in case of NaCl it is equal to 2. So you can put this formula to find the Van't-Hoff factor, and Van't-Hoff factor is given, then you can calculate alpha also. Okay, or in case of association, you can use this formula alpha equal to I minus 1 upon 1 by n minus 1, where I is Van't-Hoff factor and alpha is degree of dissociation, and n is number of molecules of solute that associates. As for example, in case of acetic acid, the value of n equal to 2. So friends, these two formula is also important and easy to calculate, right friends? So I think you understand these all points. Now once again I thank you all. Thank you very much.